Hey everyone. Today is not just another video. Today is not just another motivational talk. This is your reset button. Let me ask you something right now. Are you living the life you truly want? Are you proud of how you wake up in the morning? Of how you spend your day? Of the people around you? Of the way you think, speak, act, love, work? Or have you been carrying the same stress, same guilt, same laziness, same routine, same pain for days, months, maybe even years? Let's be honest. Most people are not living. They are surviving. They're waking up every day carrying the weight of yesterday, trying to make it through, pretending to smile, afraid to change, stuck in a version of life that doesn't even feel like theirs. But here's the truth no one told you. You don't have to stay that way. You can press restart. You can rebuild. You can begin again. No matter your age, past, mistakes, failures, heartbreaks, or fears. And that's what this video is about. A full life restart. Not just motivation, but a new identity, a new system, a new story, a new reality. Because 2026 is coming. And if you enter it as the same broken, confused, exhausted version of yourself, you will spend another year doing the same things, chasing the same empty habits, hoping for a miracle that never comes. So today, we're going to restart your mind, your beliefs, your habits, your emotions, your energy, your finances, and your English. Yes, this video will also help you become fluent in English, because restarting your life includes restarting how you think, speak, and learn. Everything is connected, and that's why this video will change everything for you, if you allow it to. But before we move forward, here's one thing I want you to remember. You are not too late. You are not too broken. And you are not too weak. You are just not restarted yet. Let's begin. Step 1. Let go of who you were. A full restart begins with one painful but powerful truth. You must let go of the version of you that no longer serves your future. Most people try to build a new life, but they carry the weight of the old one on their back. They say they want change, but they don't delete old memories. They keep texting the same people. They keep repeating the same thoughts. They hold on to guilt from 5 years ago. They remember every insult but forget their own worth. They replay old failures like a broken movie stuck on loop. But here's the truth. You can't restart your life if you're still loyal to your past pain. It's like trying to write a new story using burned pages. Let me give you an example. Imagine you're trying to start a fresh new morning. You wake up and open the curtains, but your room is filled with smoke from last night's fire. You can't breathe. You can't see clearly. You tell yourself, today will be different. But the room is still full of yesterday. That's how most people live. Trying to move forward while still stuck in emotional smoke. So what do? You open the window. You let the smoke out. You clean the air. You open space for light, for clarity, for breath. That's what letting go feels like. It's not about pretending nothing happened. It's about finally admitting, that version of me is done. I've outgrown those patterns. I'm not that confused, broken, lost person anymore. It's not easy, but it's necessary. Letting go means throwing away clothes that remind you of your worst days, deleting numbers that only bring stress and overthinking, forgiving yourself for past failures that you still carry in silence, saying goodbye to that lazy identity you used to hide behind. You are not lazy. You are not weak. You are not unworthy. You were just stuck in a loop, and no one taught you how to stop it. So here's what I want you to do today. Write a letter to your past self. Not a cute one, a raw one. Tell them what hurt. Tell them what failed. Then forgive them. And burn it. Tear it, delete it. Whatever you do, let it go. One more thing. You've been telling yourself a story. I'm not good at English. I'm bad at focus. I'm just like this. No, that's who you were. From today, I want you to say this instead. That was the old me. I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm restarting, I'm becoming. Speak it, write it, believe it. That's how your English fluency begins too. By letting go of the self-doubt story you've been telling yourself for years. This first step will change everything. Let go of who you were, so you can finally meet the person you were meant to be. Step 2. Rewire your brain for a new you. A full life restart doesn't happen outside you. It begins inside your brain. If your mind stays the same, your life will too. Let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed how you keep ending up in the same situations, no matter how many new starts you try? New year, new goals? But by February, you feel stuck again. New job, new people. But the same old anxiety follows you. New relationship. But the same fear of abandonment returns. Why? Because you didn't rewire your brain. You changed your environment, but not your operating system. Your brain is like a phone. If it's running old, corrupted software, it doesn't matter if you put a new case on it. It will still lag. It will still crash. It will still frustrate you. To restart your life, you need to reprogram your thoughts, and that requires serious mental rewiring. It means changing the way you think, react, speak to yourself, see the world, expect outcomes. Your brain has been trained, not by you, but by your past, your pain, your environment, your trauma, your family, your failures. And now, you must take back control. You must become the engineer of your own mind. This is not just motivation. This is science. Your brain is full of neurons, tiny messengers that fire signals every time you think, feel, or act. The more often you think something, like I'm not good enough, the stronger that signal becomes. Eventually, it becomes a pathway. Your brain literally forms a mental highway that makes those thoughts automatic. That's why you keep thinking the same things, because your brain is wired for it. But here's the magic. You can build new pathways. You can teach your brain new beliefs. You can erase fear, build confidence, install courage, speak English fluently, and become disciplined. By rewiring the system. It's not instant, but it is possible. And once it starts, your life will never be the same again. How to rewire your brain. Catch the thought. Every time you say something like, I'm too lazy. I always fail. I'm bad at English. I can't focus. Pause. Catch it. That's the old software talking. Ask yourself, is this fact or just a repeated thought? Most of the time, it's not truth. It's just repetition. Interrupt the loop. Don't let that thought run freely. Interrupt it with a new sentence. Say this clearly. That was the old me. I don't think that way anymore. Even if you don't fully believe it yet, say it. Because your brain doesn't respond to reality. It responds to repetition. Install a new belief. Choose one belief you want to build. For example, I am capable of learning anything I focus on. I speak English clearly and confidently. I finish what I start. I wake up early and build the life I deserve. Now repeat it 20 times every day, in front of a mirror while walking or before sleep. Why? Because repetition is how your brain learns, not just by thinking, but by feeling and speaking. When you speak a new belief with emotion and conviction, your subconscious starts listening. Let me tell you about a boy named Arlo. Arlo was 22. He thought he was dumb, lazy, not born for success. Every time he tried something, he gave up. He told himself, "What's the point? I always fail." Until one day he decided to challenge that thought. Every morning he wrote down, "I am disciplined. I finish everything I start. My future self is watching." At first it felt fake. He laughed at himself. But he kept doing it. Every single day. After 3 weeks, something changed. He no longer felt comfortable wasting time. He stopped doom scrolling. He started small, reading 15 minutes, waking up early, walking alone, journaling. And 6 months later, he was leading a project, giving a speech, learning fluent English, and mentoring others. What changed? Not the world, not his environment, not his IQ, his beliefs, his wiring. This is the real restart. Let go of the old you. Rewire your brain for the new you. This is not just a chapter. This is the foundation of your entire restart. Step 3. Build a restart routine. Morning plus night. You can't restart your life with the same day. You need a new routine, a new rhythm, a new system that supports your transformation. Let's be brutally honest for a second. Your current routine is either killing your future or creating it. There's no middle ground. You may tell yourself things like, "I'll start tomorrow." "I'm just going through a phase. It's not that bad." But you know the truth. You're not proud of how you wake up. You're not excited about how you spend your evenings. And every night before bed, you feel that quiet pain. I wasted another day of my life. That's what we're here to change. Part 1. The Morning Restart Routine. Your morning is your foundation. If your first hour of the day is lazy, chaotic, or reactive, your brain gets programmed to feel scattered, lost, and behind. But if your first hour is intentional, calm, structured, clear, you feel in control. You feel powerful. Let's build your morning restart routine in 4 parts. 1. Wake-up time equals ownership. You don't need to wake up at 4 a.m., but you need to choose a time and keep it. Why? Because choosing when you wake up is step 1 of taking control of your life. Sleeping late, hitting snooze 7 times, checking your phone immediately. These are not small things. They are symbols of mental weakness, lack of discipline, and emotional confusion. Choose a time. Even if it's 6:30 a.m. or 7 a.m., keep it sacred. No excuses. Waking up on time tells your brain, "I'm serious now. I respect my future." 2. The 15-minute silence rule. No phone, no talking, no scrolling, no reacting. Just silence. Why? Because your mind is empty in the morning, like freshly fallen snow. Whatever you write on it first becomes the story of your whole day. Silence gives your brain the space to breathe, reflect, and remember your mission. Stand by the window. Feel the air. Breathe. Ask yourself, who do I want to be today? What does the best version of me do next? That's your first win of the day. 3. Small physical movement, 10 minutes. Your body stores your emotions. If you're feeling stuck, tired, or negative every morning, you need to move that energy. This isn't about fitness. This is about activating your life force. Stretch, walk, push-ups, jumping jacks, no excuses, no delay. Let your blood move. Let your body wake up with your soul. Restart begins in motion, not in thought. 4. Create before you consume. Most people wake up and immediately start consuming news, messages, reels, negativity. You are restarting your life. That means you create your day before the world tries to destroy it. What can you create in the morning? Journal one thought. Write one goal. Visualize one dream. Speak one truth aloud. This day belongs to me. I am the architect of my future. That's how you rewire your direction. Part 2. The night restart routine. Evenings are when people lose their life. They eat too much, scroll endlessly, procrastinate, waste hours, and go to sleep with guilt and anxiety. Your night is not just the end of the day. It is the beginning of your next morning. If you want powerful mornings, you need peaceful nights. Power down ritual, 30 minutes before sleep. Your brain cannot go from chaos to calm in 2 minutes. You need to wind down. Turn off bright screens, dim your lights, create a signal for your brain. We are shutting down now. You can. Light a candle. Play soft instrumental music. Drink warm water. Lie down and just breathe. This is how you tell your nervous system. We are safe. We are healing. Let go now. Reflect. Don't regret. Take 5 minutes to write or think about your day. Ask, what did I do well today? What pulled me backward? What will I improve tomorrow? Don't judge yourself. Don't cry over failure. Just reflect. You are not restarting for perfection. You are restarting for progress. The person who reflects every night doesn't need motivation. They are self-correcting. They are designing their future on paper, in silence, in truth. 3. Sleep with intention, not escape. Don't use sleep to escape your problems. Use sleep to prepare for your mission. Say one powerful sentence before you sleep. My life is resetting. I am ready to become the person I was born to be. Then close your eyes. Not as the version of you who failed today, but as the version who is rising tomorrow. Because without structure, you will fall back into the storm. You'll watch another year pass. Still saying someday, still feeling exhausted, still confused about why your life isn't changing. But when you control your first and last hour of the day, you begin to shape time. You begin to create space between you and your distractions. You begin to control your life instead of reacting to it. You restart your body, your mind, your emotional state, your decisions, your direction, one day at a time. The life you want doesn't need more motivation. It needs more rituals. If you're serious about restarting your life before 2026 ends, you can't keep waking up with guilt and sleeping with regret. You must wake with fire and sleep with peace. That's how transformation happens. Step 4. Stay positive towards your goals. The most successful people in the world are not the smartest. They're the ones who stayed positive long enough to break through. Because here's what no one tells you. Negativity is easier. Positivity is power. It's easy to doubt yourself, complain, compare, give up, blame your past. Say, I don't think I can do it. That's the default. That's emotional survival mode, and that's how you stay stuck for years. But staying positive, that's a conscious daily decision. It's a choice to rise above your fears and focus forward, not backward. It's the oxygen of your restart. Imagine a young girl named Clara. She wanted to become a fashion designer. But she didn't have money, support, or formal training. She worked as a waitress taking care of her sick mother. Every day she came home exhausted. She barely had time to sketch her designs. She didn't even own a sewing machine. One day she cried and told herself, I should stop. What's the point? No one believes in me. But then, she made a new rule. She would not let one day go by without thinking one positive thought about her dream. She wrote on a sticky note, "My time will come. Not now, but soon. Keep going." She placed it above her mirror. She repeated it every morning, even when she didn't believe it. And slowly, things started to shift. She entered small contests, sold a few pieces online. A local artist noticed her work. A boutique offered her a deal. 4 years later, she wasn't just a waitress anymore. She was running her own label, Clara Rise Designs. What got her there? Not just talent, not just luck. It was the decision to stay positive when she had every reason to give up. It's not about fake smiles. It's not about lying to yourself. It's not about pretending life is easy. True positivity is about choosing hope in the middle of chaos. Let's simplify it into 4 powerful practices. 1. Reframe every problem as a test. When something goes wrong, don't say, "Why is this happening to me?" Instead, ask, "What is this trying to teach me?" That mindset shift is everything, because problems will never stop, but your response to them will shape your restart journey. Don't see problems as blocks. See them as bridges to your next version. 2. Celebrate progress, not perfection. Most people lose positivity because they only measure big results. They ask, "Did I lose 10 kilograms yet? Did I make $1 million? Did I become famous?" But restart is a slow fire. It's built by small wins. Did you wake up on time today? That's a win. Did you avoid gossip? That's a win. Did you walk instead of scrolling? That's a win. Celebrate it, because your brain needs evidence that you're growing. And the more evidence you collect, the more positivity you naturally build. 3. Build a belief bank. Every day, write down one sentence that keeps you going. These can be affirmations, truths, quotes, or memories of your courage. Put them in a notebook, journal, or even on sticky notes around your room. This becomes your belief bank. So whenever you feel like quitting, you go back and withdraw belief. You remind yourself of who you are and why you started. This is not cute. This is survival. This is how warriors stay in the game. 4. Surround yourself with energy, not noise. Your positivity is a plant. If you water it with drama, comparison, gossip, laziness, you kill it. Protect your environment. Mute that friend who only complains. Stop watching content that drains you. Follow voices that lift you up. Listen to people who make you feel alive, not people who remind you of your limits. Restarting your life requires emotional oxygen. Protect it with everything you've got. Your life is hard right now, not because you're weak, but because your next level is loading. Positivity is the password that gets you through. You don't have to be loud. You don't have to fake it. You just have to believe in the unseen, in the vision, in the process, in yourself. There will be days when you cry. There will be days when you want to disappear. But even on those days, whisper this to yourself. I'm still here. I'm still trying. And I still believe. That's what staying positive means. It's not light. It's not fluff. It's your greatest form of discipline. And it's the bridge between who you are now and the person you are about to become. Step 5. Keep yourself happy. If you wait for someone else to make you happy, you will suffer forever. The true restart begins when your joy no longer depends on the world. Let me start with a question. When was the last time you truly felt happy? Not the kind of happiness you post online. Not the kind that depends on a text message, a compliment, a salary, a relationship, or a number. I mean deep, quiet, honest happiness, the kind that makes you feel at peace even when nothing special is happening. That's what this step is about. Because restarting your life is not just about fixing your finances, building a routine, or becoming successful. It's about reclaiming your joy, the kind that you lost somewhere along the way. Maybe someone broke your heart. Maybe life disappointed you. Maybe society made you feel like you were never enough. Maybe you've been living for other people for so long that you forgot what it even means to feel alive for yourself. But now, it's time to return to yourself. Happiness is not an accident. It's not a gift. It's a discipline. And more importantly, it's your responsibility. People spend their whole life outsourcing happiness. They say things like, "I'll be happy when I lose weight. I'll be happy when I find love. I'll be happy when I make money. I'll be happy when I'm successful." But here's the truth. If your happiness is always waiting for something, it will never arrive. Because even when that thing comes, your mind will move the goalpost again. That's why so many rich, beautiful, and talented people are still depressed. Because happiness was never outside. It was always something to be protected, cultivated, and practiced. From within. Let me tell you about a man named Jonah. He spent 15 years trying to make it. He worked hard, built his business, got married, bought a house, traveled the world. But one night, sitting in his luxury apartment, he admitted something that shocked him. "I'm still not happy." He realized he had done everything for others, to prove his worth, to silence his fears, to win validation. But he never asked himself one simple question. What actually makes me feel joyful when no one's watching? That night, he made a list. Not of goals, but of joy triggers. Walking alone with music, making tea slowly, watching the sunset, writing without pressure, sitting by a window and doing nothing. He started doing those things again, every day, and slowly. He felt alive again, not because life got easier, but because he stopped waiting for happiness and started choosing it. That's the shift. How to keep yourself happy. Even when life is hard, detach your joy from external outcomes. You must disconnect your happiness from things you can't control. You can't control how people treat you, whether they reply to your message, whether your post goes viral, whether your plan works the first time. If your joy depends on these things, you're giving the world your power. Instead, say this: I will be peaceful no matter the result. I will protect my spirit. This doesn't mean you don't care. It means you don't collapse when things go wrong. You remain centered. And that's real power. Create a joy ritual every day. Even if it's 10 minutes, do something every single day that is just for you. No pressure, no productivity, no audience, just joy. It could be dancing alone, watching your favorite movie scenes, drawing, painting, playing music, sitting under the sky and breathing, listening to an old song that makes you cry and smile at the same time. This joy ritual becomes your emotional medicine. No matter how your day goes, you return to this little island of peace, and over time, your brain starts associating life with joy again, not stress. Remove joy killers without guilt. There are people, habits, and spaces in your life that drain your happiness. And if you want to restart your life, you must cut those things out without apology. Stop trying to please toxic people, giving energy to arguments that go nowhere, watching content that lowers your vibration, staying around those who constantly complain, judge, or compete. Happiness is not selfish. It's self-defense. Redefine success as joyful living. What if you measured success not by how much you earn, but by how much you laugh? What if you judged your progress not by likes or money, but by peace, silence, and freedom? That's the mindset of someone who has truly restarted. Because when you are happy without reason, without approval, without needing to prove anything, you are free. That's the kind of life you're here to build. You cannot build a new life on top of sadness, bitterness, and emotional exhaustion. You must choose joy. Not because life is perfect, but because you are finally ready to feel alive again. No one is coming to make you happy. And that's not a sad truth. That's the most liberating truth in the world, because it means you are in control now. And from today, you don't just protect your goals. You protect your smile, your light, your laughter. That's the real restart. Step 6. Trust God's plan. You are not the only one writing your story. You have your vision. You have your effort. But there is also a bigger plan, a timeline that your mind cannot understand, but your soul must trust. Because sometimes, the delay is protection. The rejection is redirection. The silence is preparation. The pain is purification. And if you only trust what you can see, you'll miss the miracle that's still growing underground, just like a seed. It disappears into the soil for months. Nothing is visible. But one day it breaks through, strong, rooted, and ready. You are that seed, and God is not finished with you yet. Let's be clear. Surrender is not weakness. It's not saying, I quit. It's saying, I will do my part, and I trust that life is doing its part too. Keep walking even when it's dark. Faith is walking when you can't see the path. You don't need to know every step. You just need to take the next one. Wake up, show up, keep going. Even when there's no applause, even when no one notices. That quiet effort is not wasted. It is being recorded. By the universe, by God, by your own future self. Talk to the higher power honestly. You don't need to pray in fancy words. Just speak honestly. Say, I don't know what to do right now. I feel tired. I feel scared. Please show me the way. God is not judging your grammar. God is listening to your heart. That conversation, that raw, private surrender, that's what reconnects you to your deeper strength. Trust that your pain is not wasted. Everything you're going through is shaping you. The heartbreak, the failure, the waiting, they're not meaningless. They are teaching you the patience, humility, and strength that your next level requires. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. And when the time comes, when you finally arrive at your breakthrough, you'll look back and say, now I understand why it didn't happen earlier. Because the timing was never wrong. Your soul just wasn't ready yet. But now it is. Let go of your need to control everything. Do your best. Then rest. Show up. Then trust. You are not forgotten. Your prayers are not lost. And your future is not in danger. It's being written. But only those who trust will have the strength to keep going long enough to see it unfold. That's what it means to restart your life, not with panic, but with peace. The kind of peace that comes not from knowing the plan, but from knowing the one who does. Step 7. Talk less, do more. Real transformation does not need an announcement. It happens in silence. And the louder you become with action, the quieter you become with words. Most people talk far more than they act. They explain, over-explain, complain, justify, show off, and post about their dreams. But they don't do the work. They say, I'm going to start waking up early. I'm planning to launch a business. I'm thinking of leaving that toxic friend. I've decided to restart everything. But months pass. Nothing changes. They're still saying the same things, still having the same conversations, still convincing the world instead of building themselves. Let me tell you what your future doesn't need. More explanation, more noise, more emotional storytelling, more approval seeking. It needs movement. It needs silence. It needs a version of you that is too busy becoming to prove anything. Every time you talk about a goal before you take action, you give your brain a false sense of accomplishment. You get that little hit of pride. You feel good for saying something brave, but you haven't done it yet. And over time, that false pride becomes poison. It kills your urgency. It makes you comfortable living in theory. Talking without action is the fastest way to feel like you're improving while staying exactly where you are. If you want to restart your life, you must learn the art of silent moves and loud results. Imagine a clock on the wall. It ticks every second, constantly working, constantly moving forward. But does it ever shout? And does it ever make a speech? No, it just moves, quietly, relentlessly. Now imagine an empty drum. It makes a lot of noise when you hit it, loud, attention-grabbing. But it's hollow. It produces no real substance. Now ask yourself, are you moving like a clock, silently building your future? Or are you just making noise like an empty drum? That difference is the line between people who change their lives and people who only talk about it. Let's look at what actually happens when you stop talking and start doing. You protect your energy. Explaining yourself all the time drains your emotional fuel. You don't need to justify your healing. You don't need to convince anyone why you cut someone off. You don't need to tell people your goals so they can clap for you. Energy that is used to explain yourself is better used to upgrade yourself. You break your addiction to attention. Many people want to look like they're improving instead of actually improving. They want the likes before the results. They want the praise before the discipline. But real growth? It's boring, quiet, unseen, like seeds growing underground. No one claps for you while you're in the soil. But when the time is right, you emerge, and people say, "Where did this version of you come from?" The answer is, from the silence, from the work, from the pain, from the hours no one saw. You build an identity of action. When you stop performing for the world, your mind shifts from impressing to becoming. You no longer say, "I'm trying to restart." You restart. You wake up earlier. You clean your space. You build your schedule. You cut the noise. You move with intention. And the results begin to speak. Your posture changes. Your energy changes. Your room looks different. Your eyes have clarity. No need to say anything. Set a 30-day silence rule. For the next 30 days, don't talk about your goals to anyone. Not your family, not your friends, not on social media. Let your life become your secret project. Instead of saying, "I'm trying to change," just change. In the background. Let people feel the shift in your energy, your discipline, your mood, your decisions. Let people wonder. When you stop explaining, people will start to guess. They'll say, "You've been quiet lately. You seem different. What are you working on?" Smile. Don't reveal everything. Let your discipline become mysterious. Let your absence create curiosity. Let your glow explain what your words cannot. Remind yourself, silence is not weakness. Some people fear being quiet. They think it makes them invisible. But silence is not the absence of power. It is the concentration of power. It means you are storing energy instead of wasting it. You are channeling your focus into becoming, not broadcasting. This is how you make real progress. In silence, in solitude, in strength. Stop telling people what you're about to do. Just do it. And let the results announce you when the time is right. No one needs to hear you say, "I'm restarting my life." They will feel it in your presence. You don't need noise. You need clarity. You need consistency. You need a life that's so real, so grounded, so alive, that it doesn't need a single word to explain it. Talk less. Do more. Disappear from distraction, and reappear as someone the world never saw coming. Step 8. Read for 15 minutes. If you don't feed your mind every day, your future will starve. Reading is not a hobby. It is survival for the new you. Let's now enter a different kind of silence. The silence of reading. You've done the hard emotional work. Letting go of the past. Rewiring your brain. Restarting your routine. Staying positive. Protecting your happiness. Trusting the process. Moving in silence. But now you need something else. New ideas. New thoughts. New wisdom. Because restarting your life also means rebuilding your mental world. And the best way to do that? Read. Every single day. For at least 15 minutes. Most people live in the same mental cage for decades. They consume the same content, hear the same voices, scroll through the same nonsense, and wonder why they can't think clearly. Their brain is starving. Reading is how you feed it. Just like your body needs clean food to feel strong. Your brain needs clean information to make strong decisions. If you want clarity, purpose, inner peace, better focus, you must give your mind something better to work with. Reading does that. Imagine a dirty, abandoned room. It hasn't been cleaned in years. The windows are shut. The air is heavy. Dust covers every surface. Now imagine someone opens one window. Fresh air begins to flow in. Light breaks the darkness. The dust starts to settle. That's what reading does to your mind. It opens a window in the prison of your thinking. You don't need a full escape right away. You just need that one crack of fresh insight. That one idea that lifts you. That one page that changes how you see everything. Reading doesn't change you instantly. It changes your direction permanently. You don't need to read 50 books a year. You just need to read the right kind of words daily. Here's what to focus on. Books that stretch your thinking. Read things that challenge your limits. That expose your excuses. That expand your possibilities. Books on self-mastery, discipline, purpose, psychology, simplicity, healing, philosophy. Books that calm your emotions. Sometimes you don't need more motivation. You need understanding. You need someone to help you feel seen. Poetry, spiritual wisdom, stories of survival. Even one paragraph from the right page can stabilize your storm. Books that build your future identity. Don't just read to feel good. Read to build the version of you that you're stepping into. Ask, what would the 2026 version of me be reading? What ideas does that version believe? What habits does that version practice? And then, read accordingly. Let your bookshelf reflect your destiny, not your doubts. Choose one book, just one. Don't get overwhelmed. Don't buy 5 and quit. Start with one. Something simple, clear, and meaningful. Set a sacred time. Same time. Every day. Make reading part of your routine. After breakfast, before bed, after your silence. During your commute, make it a non-negotiable, just like brushing your teeth. Read for transformation, not speed. Don't count pages. Don't brag about how fast you read. Read one sentence that changes your day. That's enough. Let it sink in. Let it shape your mindset. One page a day is not about reading more. It's about becoming more. If you want to restart your life, you need new mental fuel. And reading gives you that. Silently, deeply, forever. The person who reads for 15 minutes a day is slowly becoming unstoppable because they are feeding the mind that controls the future. If you've watched this entire video till the end, then something inside you is awakening. You are not the same person you were 45 minutes ago. You have seen your past clearly. You have felt your future calling. You have walked through every step with honesty and courage. You are ready. Ready to let go. Ready to rise. Ready to restart before 2026 ends. Life is not waiting. The world is not slowing down. Your future self is not going to magically appear. You must build that version deliberately. This is your time, your moment, your second chance, your reset. Take these steps and build a life that finally feels like yours. A life of strength, a life of peace, a life of action, a life of purpose, a life you can look back on and whisper, I became who I was meant to be. And if you felt something shift inside you today, if even one part of this video gave you hope, clarity, power, or direction, then make sure to subscribe to stay connected to a journey of growth, discipline, transformation, and truth. Because this is not just motivation. This is the beginning of a new life. And I promise you, the next videos will only take you higher. Subscribe now. Your